Excuse me, could you point me in the direction of ScreamCity? Never mind, I think I found it.
Happy Halloween, horror freaks. Welcome back to ScreamCity. I'm your host, Jess.
And I'm Monica. And in today's episode, we will be discussing...
We will be disgusting. We will be disgusting.
It's going to be fucking gross.
Yeah.
We will be discussing House LLC, written and directed by Stephen?
I never learned how
I
to say that
had complete
name.
good intentions by adding this because I do think it's fair.
Right.
But I believe it's Stephen or Stephen Cognetti. See, normally I'm throwing ass, but for this, I'm running. I'm taking off.
I'm sorry, but I'm throwing ass for this one.
No, thanks.
All right.
I'm throwing hands with this one.
Anyway,
At ghosts.
Before with that crazy ass lady in the white dress.
Oh my god, I hate that scene.
Before we continue on with the movie, let's get life out of the way. So, Monica, any jump scares these past couple of days?
I think the best and best jump scare that we could have this season is the fact that it's Halloween. During this episode.
Right.
I was gonna say we will go ahead and confess that because neither of us will be here for the last 2 weeks of October, we are pre-recording these episodes, but when they get posted, like this one, I will be in California.
I will be back in Dallas.
I'm so sad for you.
Right.
I would have just started my journey, and I will be on my third day in California, I believe.
Fun.
Halloween, on Halloween.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Then today would be the day that I go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Okay.
And I'm so excited. I'm not there yet, and Jess isn't there yet either.
Right.
But I'm excited for both of us.
We are on our way.
We're on our way. How does it go?
Come sail away. No.
No.
We're off to see the wizard.
No. Oh, man. I forgot it. Now I have all these jingles in my head.
Cute.
Never mind. Okay.
All
on our
right.
favorite rocket ship to the moon in the anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, but as far as bad ones or anything like that, no, it's just all excitement. Nothing crazy. But what about you? Any personal ones?
Yes.
Okay. Quick to
First
share.
jump scare is the fact that we did a read-through of our midterm screenplays in my screenwriting class today. And listen, I did pull my midterm out of my ass, right? So I wasn't expecting anything crazy.
Yeah.
But this girl, my professor, I like her, I really do. But she broke my heart.
Oh no.
I was like, dang, girl, I know that it was bad, but you ain't gotta.
She
you
said,
ain't gotta,
this sucks.
You ain't gotta be honest. You can lie a little.
She's like, no.
But it's okay.
Okay.
Nevertheless, we persist.
That is a little bit of a personal jump scare.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah.
I also have an exam on Halloween. So today. So pray for me.
Good.
And that's gonna be a jump scare.
How unfortunate.
Right. But anyway, that's me.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and get into this movie. Like we mention in every episode, there will be some spoilers.
Really?
Don't you think?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, listen with caution just in case.
Okay.
But we're going to get... We're going to go ahead and give a brief summary of the movie. 5 years after an unexplained malfunction causes the death of 15 tour goers and staff on the opening night of a Halloween haunted house tour, a documentary crew travels back to the scene of the tragedy to find out what really happened.
Is that really the...
first...
I kind of get it, because
it's yes, we follow the documentary that they make.
Right.
But
really,
the beginning and the
story
ending
that
of
we're
the
following
movie
is
the documentary that
what's her name?
Yeah.
The lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. So our little found footage film.
Cute. Well, Now that we have that out of the way, Monica, why don't you start us off with your big three, your first impression watching this film for the first time, your favorite scene, and your favorite kill/scare.
Thank you so much for asking.
You're so welcome.
So my first impression, I first watched this film actually last year, and you actually showed me this film. We were with Melody and with Gina, and I really liked the movie. I really, really enjoyed the movie, and this movie actually left me really spooked.
Really?
It left me very spooked.
Okay.
Now, when I left your house after watching it, I was like, it wasn't that bad. And then, like, I went home and slept in my bed room.
As
that
most people do.
Right. That had no light
Right.
in the dark. And let me tell you, I saw
Miss New Jersey.
Miss New Jersey. No, I did like as soon as I went home and like I was actually like in bed, no,
I get
like
it.
I felt very uncomfy in the dark, and I was like, all I can see. I remember when you told us that you were scared of the movie, or like what part scared you the most was like the ending, basically, where like all the demons pop up and the hooded bitches.
I am going to.
We're gonna talk about that. Yeah,
about that.
no,
Yeah,
but mine was the bitch in the white dress who decided to like basically haunt and eat Paul.
have a little snooze in Paul's
She
room.
scared the fuck out of me, and when I tell you that was the biggest jump scare, aside from the clown, because the clown was also pretty fucking scary, which I actually want to own. Like,
No.
I want his mask and I want his costume.
No,
I do. But anyway, yeah, spooked when I went Mimi's that night. A favorite scene, I liked but hated a lot of the scenes that anticipated jump scares, because this movie does that very well. And what I love about all of the Hell House movies is that, yes, they're all very similar if you've watched all three of them. But I think what keeps them fresh and what keeps them exciting and scary for me is like they do so well with hiding things in the background that it's not in bird's eye view. Like it's not
Like,
automatically there.
Those scenes
You have to look for it.
There's two that I can think of. The first one is one of the haunt goers or whatever, the person filming. They're in the kitchen in the dining table.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Paul is just sitting there.
Yes, and you don't see
That's
him
the
because they're
first
just
one.
walking through.
That's the first one. The second one that I can think of, which I know there's more, but the second one that I can think of is the very end where the journalist and the cameraman go to the house or to the whatever, and there is a figure standing like again near the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I hate those.
Yeah, you have to really look for the things that are scary in this movie because it's a found footage film. It's filmed like if you're watching someone literally filming something. And I think that also adds eeriness and creepiness to it because the people that you're watching on screen don't notice these things, but it makes you as the watcher more anxious. And that's what I really, really love about all of these films. But the one of the scenes, if I had to choose one that I liked but also hated, is I think is also a scene that people might also have seen before because I have seen it on TikTok quite a few times. But it's where the camera catches the clown dude turning his head.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, like Paul is like he's going down. He's
looking
like,
for Tony. I think.
He's looking for one of his other friends, and he's going through the house, and then there is like a set of stairs that goes down to a basement, and then at the entrance of those stairs, their clown
that is a dummy and cannot move.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a dummy. He's supposed to be like a mannequin type of clown. He's standing at the entrance. He's looking down at the stairs, and Paul, trying to be like, oh, ha ha, he looks with him and he says, what are you looking at? And then he looks down the stairs, and when he pans the camera back up, the clown is like looking at him, and he gets scared. And I'm like, ah, that's so scary. This scene specifically that I'm talking about is on YouTube. I mean, the whole movie is on YouTube, but the specific scene is on YouTube, and it's like 24 seconds long.
I think it's maybe one of the most iconic scenes
because that clown is so fucking scary. In general. Yeah, like I think clowns in general, they have always been a fear of mine, and then I kind of got over it because I got really attached to it 2017. But then I started watching more things that had like actually scary clowns, and clowns are pretty fucking terrifying. And this one specifically, he's scary.
Wood.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
Wood.
Oh. All right.
All
well,
right.
You'll unpack that
In therapy?
In therapy, yes,
Okay.
ma'am. My favorite kill, I will say, again, it goes along with another scene that I love/hate, and we actually just got through watching it, and it got me all the same. But basically, the way that Paul dies, because he gets like possessed first.
Yeah. And then
By
he
the
slits
bitch in the
his
white
throat.
dress. Yes, and then she ends up like, is it whenever he's down in the basement? Because they find him first, and then they try to take care of him. And they're like, "What are you doing down here?" And
No,
yada, yada.
he slits his throat after he kills Sarah.
Oh, yes, at the end. And it was pretty scary. But I think basically my favorite scare is him getting possessed. And then like there's like a mass killing at the end. But he does die pretty gruesomely too. So yeah, that scene also scared the fuck out of me. It's really
Scare the what?
it scared the bejesus out of me. Not the bejesus. It's so weird listening to my own voice.
It's funny.
Disgusting. But anyway, very
I
scary.
love that.
But anyway, what about you?
First impression, are we going to be surprised when I say that I don't remember my first time watching this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I don't.
Okay.
For sure, my sister showed it to me.
You sure you didn't walk in
And
on
you
her
know,
watching
okay,
it?
I promise I did not walk in on her watching it. She was like, "Hey, let's sit down, let's watch this movie," and, and I did.
Nice.
You know what's funny is I don't even remember watching it with y'all.
Really?
I remember watching Devil's Candy with you guys.
We watched-
and that one Korean movie. I think it's Korean. I'm so
It's
sorry.
Indonesian.
Oh, that's
Oh, it's okay. Incantation. That one I believe we watched together, but we watched Devil's Candy first, and then we watched Hell House.
Really?
'Cause
That same
yes,
night?
Yes, because I remember. I don't think we watched Incantation that same night.
We did not.
But
No.
we did watch Devil's Candy, and then after that we watched House because I remember leaving when the credits ended, and then me going to the car, and Melody's like, "I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little scared."
Good. Good.
I was like, "Me too." I was like, "But it's okay,
love
it's okay."
that.
And then we got over it, and then I got home, I got in bed, and then I was like, I got so scared. But anyway, yeah.
Anyway,
Mhm.
before I say this, and before I say what I'm about to say,
Yes.
You kind of touched on this topic a little bit, Monica, but y'all know what gets me the most out of this movie, like what scares me the most, is those motherfuckers in those cloaks or robes, whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
And still to this day, I watched it Monday night with my sister, and I was like, afterwards, right? It's like, it's kind of like tasting something, and you don't taste anything until like something spicy, for example. It's like you're eating it, you're enjoying it.
It doesn't hit you
and
until
it doesn't
a little bit
hit
later.
you until later.
Yeah, it's not an
And
instant.
no matter how many times I watch this movie, it does the exact same thing.
You know what? Yeah, that's
I
exactly
watched
how I
it
felt
Monday
too.
night. I left my sister's room perfectly fine. I go to my room, and I am ready for bed. I go turn off my light, and I book my ass to my bed because I could just picture them motherfuckers standing in the corner.
No, yeah.
I got so scared.
No,
I pushed my cat out of the way just so I could be
No,
the first one in bed.
it's really terrifying. I think that's, again,
Yeah.
like, mentioning it again, like, this is something that these movies, like, Hell House movies do really well, is that, like, in the moment, like, yes, they're scary, and you get, like, a jump scare, like, oh, fuck, like, oh, that was scary. And then you like, it's the aftermath that you get after watching the movies.
Just, like,
And
lingering.
When I tell you the second one left me, like, the exact same, because the way that my bed is, I have my bedroom or my bathroom door next to my bed, and I leave it open because my cat's litter box is in there, and so I have to leave it open so they can go in and out if they want to. But obviously, if I have everything, like, turned off in my bedroom, it's just a void in my bathroom. And all I can picture is just, like, the fucking creepy bitches that they put in these movies. And I'm just like, they're so scary. But yes, it's like a good, like, aftermath.
My favorite scene, I'm gonna go with the basic one, which is what Monica just said. And it's literally where Paul he's the one behind the camera, and he's looking for Tony, and he sees the clown again, who can't fucking move his head
He's
or
not
his
supposed
body in
to.
general, because he's not a living thing.
Yeah.
And he points down at the basement steps, and he pans back the camera, whatever. And this motherfucker's just staring at Paul. Like, absolutely not.
No, thank you.
I don't fuck with that.
There's a similar scene like that in the third one. I want to tell you what it is because
No.
it's okay. I was gonna say
Alright.
because it's not really a spoiler, but it's like the same concept and it's with the same clown. But I think you would find it funny.
Okay. We'll see.
Yeah, I need to tell you about it.
Okay, fine. Tell me.
Okay,
Shit.
so it's a girl. She gets dared to go down into the basement by like her little theater friends, and they're like, because they're forbidden to be in the house during nighttime, so they're not allowed to be in there. But the theater friends are like around a bonfire, they're drinking, whatever, and they're like, I bet you won't fucking go. And she's like, bet I will go. And they're like, I dare you to kiss the clown,
Bitch.
and that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I will say.
Did he use tongue?
Just a little bit.
All right.
And that wasn't even the jump scare.
Oh. Okay. I definitely want to watch him now. But,
Okay. Kill.
So
Favorite kill.
so that's my favorite scene. But if
Yeah.
I had to do one that wasn't very spooky, I really enjoyed one of the very last scenes where the journalist and the cameraman walk into the house, and every time like she points at something or they walk into a room, we just get these flashbacks of like the OG cruise,
like of what they
videos.
have. Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. And I don't know why.
No, that is really cool because it's kind of like you're seeing what happens in something that
the
looks
aftermath.
so abandoned. Yeah,
Of all of that.
And if anything, that's also really eerie.
My favorite kill. Y'all know that I love me a good revenge / satisfactory kill or satisfaction
True.
kill. I did not fuck with this man, Alex.
Alex was pretty.
He was annoying.
It's his fault.
And I have like this. He reminds me of someone that I will discuss in a few seconds. But yeah, whenever he got hung, I was like, that's what you get.
You're like, you know what? True.
What you get. So yeah, he was my favorite kill.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and discuss and dissect the movie anyway.
Right.
So let's see.
Let's see. I do want to start off with I feel bad for Joey.
Who was Joey? Which one was that one?
He was a clown. He was the big guy. The one who could take his eyeball out, basically.
R.I.P.
That was so scary. Like,
yeah.
I felt so bad. He just seemed like a sweet little... I mean, so did, what's her name?
The girl who was chained up.
Melissa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so did Melissa, like...
The people who didn't deserve it.
Horrible.
Yeah.
And the one girl at the other girl who was interviewed too, because it's three of them at the beginning. It's Joey, Melissa, and I think her name was Sam. We don't really know what happens to her, to the girl greeting the people coming in to the house. But wherever she is, we hope she is okay.
We hope she is all right and doing well.
Yes.
Love that for her.
Okay, another thing.
Okay.
My sister, first of all, my sister says the most random shit during movies. Like, what I think I mentioned this, but when we were watching Saw X and fucking what's his name? Jigsaw? Billy.
John.
No.
Oh.
What's his name?
John Kramer?
Billy? No, the puppet.
Oh, the puppet.
Yeah, Billy, right?
Billy.
Yeah. Billy comes out and she's like, "Oh my god, he's so cute." I'm like, "Girl." Anyway, but for this movie,
I would love a Billy puppet.
Yeah.
Love a Billy puppet.
For this movie, after Mac and Paul wake up because Sarah's like sleepwalking or whatever, and the clown is just standing there.
Oh, that's right.
And they're consoling Sarah, and she turns around.
Yeah,
or they
because
turn
she
around.
like walking? Is she walking towards it?
No, she was like, Mac is like hugging Sarah, and the camera is facing them, right?
Oh,
And they turn back around, and the clown is gone.
Yes.
My sister goes, "I'd say that's enough to like leave." And I'm like,
And like, see,
I would have left 2 hours before that.
See, the thing about me is you just have to give me one spook and I'm out the door.
I'm out the door.
Like, I'm not going to try that hard to fight and try to see something I'm not supposed to.
Right.
In reality. So I agree with your sister.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And then especially if someone starts sleepwalking that has never sleptwalked before, bye. We're leaving. Get your stuff. We're booking it.
Yeah. The person that I wanted to kind of like, who reminded me of Alex, David Dobrik.
Alex and David Dobrik. Okay.
Like, they'll do anything
Oh, yeah.
for...
Yeah, they'll
like,
do anything
David
for
Dobrik
views.
is the type of guy that would rent out a very haunted
true.
place
And then just
not tell his friends.
Yeah, and see how
Yeah.
they do and just see how they react and be like, no, you guys are just being crazy. Like, gaslight them. 100% agree. Actually, that's very
One
true.
last thing that I'll mention on my end, and then you can continue with what you want to say, is the scene where Paul and Tony are hanging a prop, and Paul leaves because Tony asked him to go do something, and the door behind Tony opens, and then he like looks at it, right, and then he faces away. And then a shit ton of eyes just pop out of nowhere.
Oh, yes.
I hated that scene.
Yes.
I hated that scene so much.
And it's like all in the dark, right? So it's kind
yeah.
of like, eyes start opening. So it's kind of like you can see are you talking about like you can see like the shimmer of all of the eyes? Yeah.
The glow of all
scary.
of the eyes. And they're just in really random places. And there's like 8 pairs of them.
You know what scene also fucked me up? The fucking scene where the strobe light goes off, like the lights turn off and then they're testing the strobe lights.
Bitch,
oh
I hate that scene. I hate that scene.
It's awful.
Who was that? Was it Mac?
I don't remember
maybe
who they were
Paul.
testing it on. I feel like it might have been Paul.
It
Paul was
honestly might have
literally
been
in
Paul.
the.
He was the testing guinea pig.
If it wasn't him, I feel like it was the redhead dude.
Mac.
Is it Mac?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was either one of them. But they turn off the lights into a hallway that they've decorated and they've done everything. I think they're testing it on purpose.
Yes.
But they're testing like the strobe light. Oh my gosh. Like it's like you're anticipating again for something to happen. And then what is it? Just like like a little clowns?
No, it's
Or is it
literally no. It's one single entity. Like it's a single like. Sorry, the hallway is filled with clowns, and whoever was in the room was like, radios like, hey, how many
like
props are supposed to be here?
Oh,
and they
then
say
like
3.
And then he's like, well, there's the fourth
there's
one.
4.
So where does this fourth one come from?
If 2 + 2 is 4,
so then
what
why?
the fuck is this?
Yeah. So
You know
it's
what I
not.
mean?
It's not mathing.
No.
Yeah. There's so many good scenes in this movie, and I really, truly like. This is one movie that I recommend to a lot of people, especially people who like enjoy horror. Like if you've never seen House LLC, like this is one that I would recommend you to see.
If you are not one to like, if you think that horror, the horror genre is like failing,
Watch this movie.
watch this movie.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know your thoughts.
Now are we saying
Afterwards.
that you will get as scared as we did? Probably not,
No,
because
probably not, but there's a possibility.
yes, because as much as I say that I have not become desensitized to these things, because these movies still scare me. It's just that when I watch things that are attached to franchises that I've already seen, like I can't tell you that I'm scared of that. But like with things like this, like newer movies, I guess like trilogies or anything like that I've never seen before, I still get scared. And this one is one of those that I like, again, it's the aftermath that it left me with, and I was like, I'm scared. So, and do you know what the best thing about this movie too? It's free on everything.
It's on.
We're gonna mention that a little bit later in our outro, but it's free.
Yeah.
And it's literally on everything. And so if you have the chance to watch it, please do. And watch it at night with everything off. No sound, no nothing.
No snacks.
No, because you don't want to hear yourself chewing through any of this. You want to pay attention to every
little detail.
Every little detail in this movie. So.
I mean, it's supposed to be haunted, but I mean, you would know more than I would. Have you heard any bumps in the night?
Too many.
A little. Okay. Okay. See, I was gonna go straight into the cast, but you know what? Now that we just heard that audio, I don't understand people. Because why? I mean, I know we're different. I know we're built different, you and I, Monica. But I would have left the first day.
We're not white.
We're not.
We're not that
We've got
translucent
our little
color.
We've got our little Virgin Sita, protecting us.
Well, it's not just that, but now I'm listening to that audio, and it's like, do they even hear footsteps? Like throughout the movie? Or is it mostly
it's just like, well, they
things?
hear stuff, but they also like see
You know
things.
what scene also fucked me? Oh my gosh, I hate this because I hate that like all of the scenes that like really mess me up they involve Paul. Like poor guy.
Poor guy.
But it's the one where he's like I think they're already in the middle of like running or fleeing from the house, but they see Paul at the piano. And but he's not. But I don't think he's the one. But I don't think he's the one playing the piano. No. Oh my god, that's
the
so
scene,
eerie.
Who I think it's Tony and Mac. Okay. Oh, it's Tony and Mac. They think it's Paul.
Oh, and they go and they check, and it's not him.
It's not.
It's like a dummy at the piano.
But you know what's funny is like there's a wall kind of right before you enter that room with the piano, and the piano's playing, right? All of a sudden, it stops.
Yes, as soon as they like
right
turn.
when it stops, they go into the room and they just hear like
Oh,
the piano
yeah,
just
like
goes
if it
really
just goes
fast.
really fast.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
I thought that
this-
was silly goofy.
This
of
movie
the
is so
ghost.
eerie.
Yeah.
It's so eerie, and I cannot get enough of this movie.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay.
Finally,
cast.
getting into the cast. Let's obviously start with Paul because
R.I.P.
sure
my guy.
Alex may have been considered the main character, but to us, Paul was the main character.
Paul really did make this movie.
And to make matters even better, his first name, Gore.
Oh my gosh.
I'm naming my child Gore. I'm naming my child Gore. He
like
has
how that's
influenced
actually
me.
a very like what is it called? Like a very good stage name if that's not really his
Yeah.
name. Like Gore Abrams.
Gore Abrams.
That's fucking sick.
That is sick, bro. Yeah.
I love that.
The journalist Diane Graves, played by Alice Balk.
Balk, I think, yeah.
Alex Taylor, boo, as Danny Bellini. Robert Lyons, who was the guy that was getting interviewed. I forgot what his
Robert Lyons.
title was, but he was like,
honestly, his
documentary?
interview looked pretty legit. Like I think he was acting,
Yeah.
but his interview, like it looked real, but I don't think it is.
played by Theodore Balukas. Hotel clerk, shout out to hotel
her.
clerk, Natalie G. Tony Prescott Tony Prescott, played by Jared Hacker. My man Joey, played by Phil Hess.
R.I.P.
Sarah Havel, played by Ryan Jennifer Jones. R.I.P. Melissa, played by Lauren A. Kennedy. Photojournalist Martin Cliver, played by Jeb Krager. Miranda Kelly, played by Miranda Robbins. Cute.
I love that.
And Andrew McNamara, who's Mac, as played by Adam Schneider.
I love that.
Cute.
Adam. Never mind.
Okay.
It's because in my brain, it's doing this. It's not. Okay, so Adam Sandler, right?
Oh.
And then Rob Schneider.
Oh.
And they're like in each other's movies, like every fucking movie.
Oh, I get it.
And I
That's
love
actually
that
so
his name is
cute.
Adam
That's
Schneider.
amazing.
It's so funny. Anyway, moving
Cute.
on. I think Andrew is so goofy looking. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Like he's so cute, but like
Okay,
he's goofy.
You know who he reminded me of, low key, while I was watching the movie last night? Nick Jonas. Tell me they don't have the same
He
face.
looks like a ginger Nick Jonas.
Yeah,
yeah,
quite
he
literally.
does.
Or maybe
That is-
like what? I'm so sorry. He's someone who always gets forgotten. What's the youngest name? Frankie.
No, oh my god, and that's like the thing that people make fun of him for is like, Frankie, who are you?
Exactly. And now he's like the most non-problematic one.
Yeah, like
I
everyone
think.
really likes him, but it's so funny. Yeah, really good cast. I love the energy that everyone brought to this movie. I feel like it's really easy to fuck up. Or not fuck up. Let me choose better wording. It's more like it's easy to kind of look over the acting in a found footage film because found footage films already they're not controversial, but I don't think they're that well loved. Because everyone loves like cinematography and everyone likes when things look nice and fancy and nice and clean and things like that. But found footage films are literally the opposite of that, and it's supposed to be raw and it's supposed to be like mysterious and everything. And so because of that aspect, like I feel like it's easy to look over the acting, but I feel like with this crew that we get, like this cast that we get for this movie, I think everyone did really, really well. I don't think there's not one thing. You know what? Now that I'm like thinking about it and like talking about it out loud about this movie, I don't think I can criticize this movie. I really do like this movie.
Slay.
So, okay, I'm gonna mention some facts really quickly. There's only just 2, but they're fun nonetheless. Producer Joe Bendolini is uncredited in the movie, but plays Diane's cameraman throughout the film, in the interviews and in the final sequence. So he's in the movie.
But he's not
on the movie.
On the movie.
Yeah.
He's not on
in
the
it,
movie, but
not
he's
on
in
it.
it. Right.
Yeah.
And it sucks because we don't even see him.
That's true.
He's
just
literally
behind
the
the
camera.
literally. And then the second one is the film was shot at a real haunted house attraction in Layton. Layton.
I think it's Layton. Maybe.
Layton. That sounds about right. Pennsylvania, called The Haunting at the Waldorf Hotel. Waldorf. I can't.
English is hard.
I can't read. This haunt did make over. This haunt did take over an abandoned hotel, just like in the movie. There was also one more that I had read that basically said, like, so this movie is supposed to take place
2009.
Yes, but like where?
New Jersey, I
New
believe.
Jersey?
New Jersey.
Or something like that. And someone had mentioned that in the movie, if you kind of play close attention, that when you see the ambulance drive up, it actually has a Pennsylvania license plate. And then they're like, so if you didn't already know, like this film was actually shot in Pennsylvania.
I was gonna say I'm 99.99% sure that it's quote unquote set in New Jersey.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
New York.
I think it's New York.
New York.
Something like one of those.
One of the news.
One of the news, but not the olds.
Right.
Something like that.
Okay.
But
I personally think we have no business being here.
Poor Paul.
And
don't. So why are you there?
Don't.
So why are you there, Paul?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Even if he wanted to leave that following morning, I think he couldn't have.
And at least he became a little self-aware. Because most of the things were happening to him first, he became very like, hey, man, I know I was in a really silly, goofy mood when we got here, but let me tell you something. I'm out of here. Was he the one that tried to leave?
No, that was fucking Tony.
That
Tony. Pissed me off, bro. Tony's the one who apologized to Alex?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Alex is the one who should be apologizing to Tony.
Alex is
and
a very
to Paul
big gaslighter.
And to everyone. Jesus, I hated Tony. I hated fucking Alex, bro. Ooh.
He's a pretty bad.
He's a pretty hateable guy.
Yeah, and like he does it well, which is like, at least, you're making me hate your character, so that's pretty cool. That you can do that well.
Anyway. Now, right before actually we get on to the would you rather, before we get on to that, can I just say that now, since we're on this, like, kind of, topic of haunted house movies and everything, if there's anything Houses October built and Hell House taught us, is the fact to always trust the woman.
Always trust the woman.
Yes, because
in haunted settings.
Any sort of haunting settings, right? Because Sarah was like, I don't like these vibes. But everyone kind of
listen.
Everyone kind of brushed like what she was saying out of the way because whatever. And then even with Paul, who was experiencing these real things anyway.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then, again, going back to, like, almost any paranormal movie, like, you always get the woman or the wife that's always like, I am experiencing things, and I need you to believe me because I know it sounds crazy. And then the man's like, nah.
You're probably just on your period.
You just on your period. You just bleeding. You sure that what you didn't see was, like, I don't know, hallucinations?
Sleep paralysis.
You told me you got sleep paralysis. I think you crazy. Have you taken your meds? And, like, things like that. And then guess what?
What?
They die. No, and then the husband kind of gets, like, the worst of it. And then he's like, oh, my God.
You were right the whole time.
And it's like, yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
How about you believe me?
Anyway.
Finally,
moving along with the episode, I think it's time to play a little Would You Rather? Yeah. So, for this would you rather visit a haunted house that's truly haunted, not knowing what's real or not, or visit a haunted house that tortures you? And by tortures you, we mean like
tortures you.
But like paranormal wise or like physical wise?
Physically.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, would you rather enter like a McKamey Manor type of situation, or would you rather enter like Hell House situation?
Oh. Okay. Well, I think in this scenario, because apparently I couldn't use it in my last scenario.
Oh, that's right.
I am bringing a Glock.
No, okay.
If I choose the physical one.
Oh, it's okay. Okay. So here's the thing. So you enter both of these houses or either house willingly, right?
Right.
But you don't know, like you're entering
you
these
don't know
houses.
which one.
No, that's the thing. So you're entering these houses like la da dee dee da. I'm gonna have so much fun. But then when you actually get in, like crazy shit starts happening. And let's say that both of these houses are like an hour long, like the way that I guess Cutting Edge is or whatever the fuck.
That's a good one.
So it's kind of like, do you fight demons and ghosts or do you fight literal people?
Or do you fight psychos?
Yeah. Which I feel like it's easy to say, like, I'm going to fight a psycho. Because it's like, I got hands, they got hands. Like, I could beat someone up. But it's like, yeah.
But, like, some psychos are actually pretty strong. Yeah.
What's the fun in that? Because, like, what if you're just swinging at the air? Like, from someone else in the back, they're going to be like, what the fuck are they fighting?
Yeah.
And then it's,
Okay.
But, like,
Are you alone in the house? Or can I bring a buddy?
Oh.
Can I bring you? And I'll just sacrifice you.
Okay.
Since,
All right.
I'll just throw you into them.
Anyway.
Like, here's dinner.
Here's dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for dessert.
We're about to serve dinner. Hey.
You know what? Just for that, no. You get to go in by yourself.
Okay.
You go in by yourself with like strangers, but like you are the first one to go in through the house. And then there's like a group of strangers behind you.
Then I'll just push all of them to the front.
No, because you're already at the front. Because and then if you walk back and they're going to be like, what did you see?
Like, oh, nothing. I have to.
Nothing.
Nothing. You know what? You guys keep going. I need to tie my shoe.
You go on ahead, boo.
Yeah.
I've seen a little too much.
Mm-hmm. A ver.
Because technically you're tortured in both, but like differently.
One is like mentally and spiritually, and the other one is like physically.
I'm already haunted, like I'm already tortured spiritually and mentally. So like I'm gonna continue with that because I can just tune it out. I can just ignore it.
That's true.
And that's also another thing that I think that we forget about like paranormal things is that like if you ignore it, it doesn't get powerful. Like what is it gonna spook if you don't pay attention to it?
That's true.
You know what I mean? So like, talk to the hand, Felicia.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Which is what I'm guessing is what that bitch's name in the white dress.
Now,
if I see her, am I gonna cry? Yeah, absolutely. But like, she don't know the reason why I'm crying.
Right. You know what would be funny if you did is if you go through the house and it ends up being haunted, like real haunted, just pull a crazy on them. Out crazy the crazy.
Like haunting, like ghosts,
yeah,
and like demons.
Or you could do the psychos too. But with what I was thinking with the demons is, they're like like boo, I'm scaring you, whatever, and then sit them down and say, why are you doing this?
Oh, have like a little heart-to-heart.
Have a little heart-to-heart conversation with them.
Oh my gosh.
Just have that talk with them. I know it's a pretty uncomfortable talk to have, but I think it's a talk that needs to be had. Okay, Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Phil up in here. I think I could do that with the clown. When I tell you, I don't think I can do that with the bitch in the white dress.
Really?
When I tell you, yeah, she's a little scary. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna dress up as her for Halloween.
Honestly, she looks like a mean girl. Like, I feel like she would look at me and call me a fucking beaner.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
And then I'd cry. Versus with the clown, I'm like, hey, man, what's going on?
What's going on?
Like, I see you got bloody tears on your mask. What's happening?
What's happening at home?
Yeah.
Is it the wife again?
Yeah. Like,
and if
please
so,
tell me.
I can throw hands if you want.
Yeah. And
No.
ass.
Oh. Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
I think I choose whichever one because I can just out crazy them.
Okay.
And sit them down, have a little, you know what?
Because it's either that.
I'll sit them down and talk about my
They're going to be like, bitch, it's not even
problems.
worth it. Just keep going. Just go on.
I'll talk about my problems. That will really put them to sleep. That will really put them to sleep.
That's true.
They'll be like, you know what?
They're like, you know what? You took the fun out of this.
Exactly.
And like, that was the point.
Exactly.
Bye.
Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I choose
the haunting. Like, I choose to go through a house like House LLC. Because if it truly is like that, some people made it out.
Some.
Yeah.
Well, who? A ver?
Not the people who were in the front. That's why you in the back. Or in the middle.
I choose the people. I choose
the people in the back.
Being in a haunted house that is truly haunted. Because as that one quote that I love to quote says, that people are the scariest beings.
Yeah, I make fun of like paranormal like situations and stuff because like
you truly can't be as scary as a physical person.
Yeah. Like I've been in situations where I feel like I'm being haunted and it's not fun. Like it's fucking terrifying because it really does make you feel like you're fucking going crazy.
Follow-up question. You're at home, you're alone, it's nighttime. You hear a noise. What do you wish it would be? A ghost or a human?
Oh, fucking ghost.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm already too terrified of the real world.
Exactly.
And because I also know that whoever decides to break in is going to be a man. And I don't want to have to go out there.
It's already a jump scare.
I'm already small. Like they're going to look at me and be like, I could take her. And I'm like, you know?
Yeah.
So that's true. That's actually a really good way to put it. So I'm choosing the haunted house.
Me too.
Well, they're both haunted houses, but like the
paranormal.
Yes, because it's either that or like haunt.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Exactly.
So, anyway.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and rate this movie before ending the episode. Now, this is a horror movie, so we will have our two scales of satisfactory and scary. Just because a horror movie is good does not always mean it is scary and vice versa.
Vice versa.
So, Monica, what do you rate this movie?
Thank you so much for asking. My scary scale, I was going to put it like at a 7, but then I thought about it and I pondered on it a little bit harder, and I'm giving it an 8. And the 2 points I'm knocking off are... actually, you know what? I'm putting that up to a 9.
Oh.
I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. This movie really scared me. And again, I don't want someone to like listen to this and then being like, oh, well, damn, if she thinks it's scary, like I have to go watch it and I'm going to think it's scary. And it's like, no, like at the end of the day, I'm still a scaredy cat. Like a lot of things scare me. However, I do want to leave it for the fact that like it was how I was felt. It was how I was feeling after watching the movie. And so I was really scared. I was really scared to like turn off the lights. I wanted to sleep with my little nightlight on and like, you know, the whole thing. My one docking of the point is really no specific reason. I think it's just because I was scared, but I wasn't left with like I need to watch cartoons after. It was just more like I just don't want to be in the dark.
Right.
If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, I
Which
get
I
it.
guess can maybe kind of be the same thing, but like still. Satisfactory, however, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I like this movie a lot. I really do like this movie.
And my God complex once again because I'm the one who introduced you to this movie.
Okay, well, just for that, I'm giving it a 0 out of 10.
Okay.
And I actually really hated this movie. No, I actually really like Hell House. And I think this also, the satisfactory score also goes because I really do like the other two movies. Like, I like 1, 2, and 3. I don't like the ending to 3. I think it was way too fucking cheesy. But nonetheless, like, the beginning part of that movie was really strong and I still liked it. And I really like them. And if you look at the scores, like if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes for all of them, they're all like in the 80s and the 90s for all 3 of them. And so I was like, what the fuck? And that's really because like they saw how well the first one did. And so they're like, let's continue that. And so then they did that for 2 and 3. So there's similar vibes, similar settings. Well, the same setting, but like similar storylines and everything. But like, they do it well, and they kept with it. So I really like that. And that's why my satisfactory is a 10 out of 10 because I like all 3.
Cute.
So, yeah. What about you?
Scary. I originally had it at a 7, but I think I'm going to dock it up to an 8.5.
Yeah.
here's the thing. The more I watch it, yes, it's still like I can think of almost every time that I've watched it, and it gives me the same feeling, which is being scared after watching it. However, while I'm actually watching the movie,
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
It's
and like,
after.
yes, like you have those moments where like you're like, oh shit, like oh fuck, you know, like when random shadows or people just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the more I watch it, the less
you get scared.
the more manageable it is.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty high up there because of that lingering feeling that you have after watching the movie.
You know what? Like now, like again, talking about things out loud gets me thinking. I'm also docking at a point because, like, at the end of the movie, it's still a paranormal movie, and as much as some paranormal movies really do scare me, I feel like for me, they're always going to be a 9 out of 10 with scary, no matter how terrifying I think it is, because it's not The Strangers. And The Strangers to me is a 10 out of 10, and it's more so because of the concept of the movie, and I find that just horrifically like terrifying.
Yeah.
So this, yes, is scary, and I was left very spooked afterwards, and I was very like, oh my goodness, but it was still paranormal. So it was kind of like, I'd kind of have to go and seek out something that's haunted to like be in the situation. So yeah.
Satisfactory for me, I love this movie.
I do too.
I love this movie so much. I'm still going to give it a 9 out of 10 for Satisfactory.
Which is a good score.
It's totally, it's a good score. Honestly, I don't really want to say that there's no real reason behind it. It's 1,000% a movie that I will rewatch, not only Halloween time, but whenever. But I just don't see myself kind of going towards it. And again, I don't know if it's because it spooks me so much that I don't want to go towards it. But yeah.
This is also a movie that I like introducing to people.
Yes.
Like, this is the movie that I'm like, you've never seen it before? Let me show you. Like, let me see what you feel about this movie.
I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like the day that I showed this to you guys, I felt like y'all were kind of underwhelmed after Devil's Candy. And I was like, okay, let me show them something else. Let me show them something else that might get a reaction out of them.
Right.
But y'all actually ended up, I mean, at least Melody ended up liking Devil's Candy a lot.
Oh my gosh, she ate that
overanalyzed
movie.
that movie.
She way overanalyzed.
Yeah.
We watched a couple of YouTube videos, someone trying to explain it. Like, it was a moment for her, so she feels passionate about that.
But yeah, well, you guys, I think this concludes our Halloween episode on House LLC. As always, if today's episode intrigued you and you haven't watched this movie and would like to, you can watch it for free almost anywhere. YouTube, Vudu, Tubi, Sling TV, the Roku TV, or with a subscription on AMC Plus and Amazon Prime. With that being said, thank you guys for joining us on this episode of ScreamCity. We appreciate you taking the time to listen and be a part of our horror community. And if you are hearing this on Halloween, thank you for spending however long this was on Halloween with us. And of course, again, your support means the world to us. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving a review or sharing it with your friends and family. And if you'd like to keep up with us, we will have our social media in the summary description.
Yeah, we seriously can never thank you guys enough in any of our episodes because it just is really cool, a really cool concept to know that there's like people out there that like to just listen to us, talk about all of our favorite things horror. But with that being said, please, if you like today's episode, please tune in to next week's episode where we talk about the new 2023 movie, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Kind of moving the genre a little bit more lighthearted in a way. It's still gonna be.
It's still gonna be a good one.
It's still gonna be a very good one.
And I'm gonna be honest. I was close to asking you, like, do you still want to review it? But then I remembered that Matthew Lillard is in this, and I was like, no,
Matthew
I
Lillard,
wanna watch it.
Josh Hutcherson with his
Josh
fine
Hutcherson is in
ass.
this. He's cool. I like him.
Jack Black is not in this movie,
He's not.
but we still think about him because of the little song that he sang.
Yes.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
And Markiplier, I'm not sure if you know.
I do.
Okay, Markiplier was supposed to be in this movie, which for me, listen, I got some words about Markiplier, and I love him so much. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. But he unfortunately said and confirmed that he was going to be in it, but it was scheduling conflict. He's making his own horror movie, and like he needed to be there for his own movie, and he wasn't able to like record for this one. And so very, very sad. However, I'm still pretty excited.
Me too.
This movie, I do believe, is going to come out on theaters. But it's also going to be on Peacock when it comes out.
No way.
Yeah, because it says on Peacock it has Five Nights at Freddy, and it says it's going to be available on, I believe, on the 31st.
Oh, that's what's up.
So if you don't feel like the need to have to go to the movies to watch this, you don't have to. If you have a Peacock subscription, it will be available on there for streaming. So I believe that's where I will be watching it, but it's still going to be a vibe. It's going to be a mood.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because I will get to watch that when I come back from my trip, and I'm just excited to see what it's about. I've seen some gameplays and like playthroughs of like Five Nights at Freddy, and I think I understand the concept of it, but I'm not like a pro and like full understanding on like what the storyline is. Like I do, but I don't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. No, I get it. Me too.
And I believe at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal in California, there's a little area for like a museum where they're gonna have like a Megan show. So like a bunch of people dressed up in like Megan, and they're gonna be like dancing and stuff. But they also have 3 of the animatronics that they use in the movie that you can like see. They have the fox, the duck, and Freddy.
Oh,
I don't know their names. All I know is Freddy's name because I know he's the main bear. But yes, and it's really cool. And so if we have time to go see it, we can definitely go and check it out, take some pictures. But if not, my main concern or my main priority is going to be the mazes. But still,
absolutely.
Either way, I'm excited.
Cute. Well, before we end this episode, Monica,
yes,
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you think this week's movie was a movie?
I thought this week's movie was a movie. I was really spooked out with this movie, and I think it's like the perfect movie to cover for Halloween.
Absolutely.
Because I think it's a movie.
Yeah.
It's a really good one.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
This week's movie was a movie.
It was a movie.
Well, there you guys have it. Thanks again. We will talk to you guys next week. As always, we've been your hosts, Jess
and Monica.
Stay safe
and stay spooky. Happy Halloween.
911, what's your emergency?
Hello, I'm the old Abaddon Hotel. Could you please send some police?
What's the problem, miss?
I don't know. There's something into the wall.
Someone's hurt. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Please hurry, I don't want to die.
Oof, that was scary. I can't wait to come back next week.
Not the bejesus.